little overview of the 2023 Maverick Sport XRC. The XMR and the XXC are the same machines. A couple different options. Under armor on this thing. Skids, not the full body, but some heavy duty skid plates under the A-arms front and under the transmission motor maybe in the back, and the differentials. Had a rear bumper on it, came with a mirror inside. Not much else, honestly, for what I paid for it. XXC, a little different. This one came with 30-inch MAXXIS Liberty tires, which have been really good tires from a longevity and wear perspective. 6,000 kilometers and rotated once. They've probably got 4,000 or 5,000 kilometers more left on them. I do have a flat on two that I've had repaired. One is leaking again, and one of these tires has leaked around the rim ever since I bought it. I never did take it back. Once a week, I always check my air pressure anyways. Once a week I just go around and throw the little battery powered inflator on there and run 12 pounds. I run 12 psi on these. That's for East Coast Canada, Nova Scotia area, Atlantic Canada. Seems to be good for me. I don't do a lot of mudding. We don't shy away from a mud hole, but we're not mudders per se. We're trail riders. The bike itself, or the side-by-side, buggy, car, whatever you want to call it, has been really good. No major issues. Regular maintenance. Always take the Wheelies Power Sports to Lee Murray. Shout out to Lee. Just had it come back today from service. And Lee does pretty much, a overview of the machine, make sure nothing's falling apart sort of thing, and let you know if anything needs to be addressed or things that are upcoming. And does differentials, transmission, and motor oil changes on each one. I know the CanAm schedule, I think your differentials are like once a year roughly. I have these changed twice a year basically. Doesn't cost a lot and it doesn't hurt. No real issues. I have a small click in the right rear axle, I'm going to say. Nothing that bothers me, nothing on the trail that I can hear or notice. If I'm in a paved parking lot going to get some gas or something and I'm backing up, you can hear it click. Other than that, no performance issues at all. I just recently replaced my brake pads. I did a little video on that and just show what the state of them were. They were OEM pads, 6,042 kilometers. The front ones, I could probably get another 1,000 kilometers or more on. Really impressed with them. I did buy a replacement set online, and they're a carbon fiber ceramic compound instead of metallic. Sort of a metallic, I guess, they're the carbon fiber. Just replaced the front ones, last week. Lee replaced the rear ones because they were worn more, 4 months ago, on my last service, and they were pretty much worn out then. There was still some life left in the rear ones, the original ones, but I replaced those, and he told me today that they're getting worn again. Again, the ones that are getting worn now are not the factory ones, they're the aftermarket ones, so once they wear, I probably will go back to factory because they work very well. The only not really concerning issue, but that's popped up last service, which would have been about 4 months or so ago, my front prop shaft loosened up where the front prop shaft goes into the front diff, and I noticed last week it was loose again. So this time I had Lee put a little bit of blue Loctite on it and tightened up again. We'll see how that lasts. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Could be the main carrier bearing. Lee was saying might be getting worn and getting a little bit extra vibration or something, but nothing that is broken. But it has happened now twice in probably a couple thousand kilometers, so got to keep an eye on that a little closer. The tires that came on this wear well. If you're doing a lot of trail riding, not really doing a lot of slick mud and roots and rocks type stuff, like slippery stuff, they're fine. Mud especially, they fill up fast and don't empty. The tread pattern just doesn't empty well, so they're not really good mud tires at all. when I replace these, I'll probably go with 32s. Not that I need them, tons of ground clearance on this machine, but just I like the look of them, and I won't go back with these. I will go with something that's a little more aggressive, a little more luggy, and a little more trail oriented. Performance on the machine, it's been rock solid. I haven't had any issues with it. Got no complaints with it. I mean, they're noisy, they're loud. I wear earplugs at all my rides, and some, if you watch any of my videos, you probably see me on occasion popping them in or taking them out. I had a sound pressure level meter in here at one point, and it hit like 100 dB at one point, so that's hearing damage fairly quickly. So don't matter what age you are, if you ride one of these and you ride a beanie, wear a beanie helmet or something that's above your ears, wear earplugs. So they are loud. In the summer, they do get hot inside. In the winter, you appreciate that heat inside. Not much you can do about how hot it is in the summer. I've been looking around to see if I can find a small air conditioning unit that I could sort of jerry rig and make work in there. Not one of these swamp cooler type setups. I'm not interested in doing that. But if I could find something like you would see in the cab of a tractor trailer, but those are too big, or even the camper trailers are too big. I'm just looking at dimensions. Let me have a turn around and see if anything that jumps out at me. These bars can be, these two fangs I call them in the front bumper, can be a little bit of a pain trying to mount lights on. I had to design my own light mount for this. I'm happy with it. It looks good. It's not big and bulky, and it holds my lights well. But I like the look of these machines. Some people love them, some people hate them, some people are all indifferent, whatever. But all in all, very positive things to say about this bike. I would recommend buying one if you're in the market for this type of machine. You know, it comes down to personal preference. They're all good machines. They can all get the job done. This one here, I just like the look and the style of it when I bought it, and I could have bought a Razor. I would have been just as happy. I could have bought some other machine, probably would have been just as happy, but styling. I will say, when I sit in this, some people don't like the smaller cockpit. These have the bulged doors over the trail, but I find in by myself or when my wife and I, or I have any passenger in with me, it's comfortable, it's not cramped, lots of leg room. And I find it a great machine. I'm like average height 5'10" type thing. Performance, you know, it's 100 horsepower, side by side. I've hit 95, 100 kilometers an hour on some dirt roads a couple times. You can go if you want to go. I don't have any complaints about the power. Well, I like 200 horsepower, hell yeah. But would I use it? Hell no. There's nowhere to use 200 horsepower in the kind of trails we ride. You might be different, but for me, don't need it. Have no problems with it. Throw this in low gear and 4-wheel drive, it'll crawl, you know, up the side of a house. High gear, 2-wheel drive, and it'll do 100 plus kilometers an hour. You know, everything that I need. Suspension works really well in it. A little stiff. Took the front sway bar out, as I mentioned in my previous video on this thing, review on this thing. That made a huge difference. If you haven't done it, or you're buying one of these machines, don't even think about it. Just take it out and be done with it. If I have this long enough, maybe I will go with a set of dual rate springs, or a set of springs that are more custom tailored to my riding style and sort of thing. But I don't see it anytime soon. But like I said, performance wise, handling wise, the handles fine. It's a 64-inch machine with the front sway bar is a little softer in the front, so you gotta, you know, keep that in mind. But it steers well, drives well, the steering is responsive. All positives. I don't have really any issues with it. The battery came with it, 20 amp hour battery. I thought I killed it, but I didn't. I still have it. I still use it for some other stuff, testing lights and stuff. I replaced it with a 30 amp hour battery. Every now and again, it's a hard start. Like you'll roll, and won't start. You got to turn it off, turn it back on, and it starts up. That has happened to me in the last 6,000 kilometers in 2 years of riding, maybe 8 or 10 times. And I always keep my little jump pack in between the seats here just in case. I just pop that on, push the button, and it goes. But I have a buddy of mine, Andre, with an X3 that has a similar issue. So I think it might be a CanAm issue, not charging issue. I monitor the charging, and it's charging fine. The regulator, rectifier, and the stator are working fine. It's pumping out the voltage that I need and stuff. So I just think there's some kind of a starting thing with Can-Ams in general, but it's not something that has bothered me to the point where, oh, I gotta get rid of this machine. It's just there, and like I said, when you're buying one of these machines, and if you happen to hop in it one day and turn the key and it doesn't start, or it rolls, or just the battery seems like it's dead, then keep a little jump pack in there. They're dirt cheap these days. Another issue that I've had with this 2023 CanAm Maverick Sport XRC is around 3,500 kilometers. I noticed the clutch got louder and almost like a rattling sound in the clutch. You can hear it really loud when you get out of the machine and you walk by the air intake for the clutch. And when I had it done at Wheelie's Power Sports for some service, I asked Lee about it. He listened to it. He said it sounded normal to him. So I trust Lee. He knows what he's talking about. He knows these machines. And I just wrote it as it was. Sound didn't go away. Didn't get any worse. Didn't get any better. I did some research online, and everyone was saying, "Oh, it's the primary the primary clutch bearing that's the issue." So I bought a new one from the Can-Am dealership. Tried to install it myself, but I had my arm was broken at the time. That was last winter, and hadn't fully healed. I did manage to get the primary clutch off, but I couldn't break it. So I brought it to Wheelie's. That was around 4,400 kilometers, and I had Lee replace that primary bearing for me. It's got a brand new primary bearing, but it sounds exactly the same, and it works exactly the same. No issues. So I have a new bearing. So that's a good thing that came out of that. At the same time, I had a new OEM Can-Am belt installed. The original belt at 4,400 kilometers was showing a little bit of wear. Nothing outrageous, nothing crazy. But I thought since I was getting a service, good time to get the belt replaced. And I still have the original belt as my spare, and I keep that in the box on this machine. So I wouldn't call that an issue so much as preventative maintenance. What else did I have done there? The other thing that I've done with this machine, I did replace the OEM paper air filter with a K&N filter, or air filter. I've used those for years and years and years, tens of years now on all the machines that I've owned practically, and works fine. I haven't had any adverse performance or anything like that, but I did notice when I cleaned it last, just a few weeks ago, there was, the filter in these is long. It's maybe like 16 inches or so, huge length to it. Probably about a third the way down and then half the way down, there was just 2 rings of dust, which is kind of bizarre how they form. Fairly thick, almost mud type thing. So I gave it a good cleaning, let it dry, and I've re-oiled it and then reinstalled it. When I had it down for service just recently with Lee, he mentioned that he had done the same thing with his when he had first bought it, and after doing some more research, apparently these are not the best oil filters or air filters for those machines in the dusty environment stuff that we ride on. The foam ones are better. I paid a boatload of money for this thing, so what I have done is ordered one of those pre-filters to slide on over it and see how that works. I'll keep a closer eye on it now, and if I see sort of weird dust patterns again, or Lee notices anything abnormal when he's doing service on it next time, then I'll definitely replace it with a foam one. But for now, I'll try the pre-filter and see how that goes. That said, we're coming into fall and winter now, where there's usually less dust, and in the winter a lot less dust, no dust, and so it shouldn't be an issue, but we'll see. I'll keep an eye on it. That's about it. I mean, no major issues with this machine. As I said, this has been a solid machine. Knock on some wood. It keeps working as well as it has. I have 4 new bearings for it, just in case I have bearing issues, but all the bearings are solid, so fingers crossed that it keeps working as well as it has, and on 6,000 kilometers from now I can do another review and a report on it and say how well it's doing. But outside that, awesome little machine, lots of fun. Itching to get back out of it now because we're still 3, 4, 5 or 6 weeks into a fire ban now, and we've still got a massive fire going on down in the valley area of Nova Scotia. So fingers crossed that gets extinguish soon, and we get a bunch more rain. We had some a few nights ago, but not quite enough to really settle everything down. So there we go. Awesome machine, lots of fun. If you're thinking about getting one, I highly recommend it. If you're into a different machine and you want to try something different, then I have nothing but good to say about this thing so far. So fingers crossed it keeps on going that way, and we'll see you in the next review, or if I have major issues, I'll do a video on it and explain what's going on. So yeah, so that's about it. It's 2023 CanAm Maverick Sport XRC. They've been out now in the trail version and right up till these since 2017, 2018. They are due for a good overhaul. I know this year the Defender got all the love, the X3 got a little love, the Maverick got a little love. These got nothing. So your 25 and your 26 machines are going to be identical except for color schemes. I expect probably next year you will see a significant overhaul on these, which would be kind of cool. See what they do with them, where they go with them. Yeah, so anyway, that's it for that. If you guys got any questions, leave a comment, ask them in the comments down below. It does two things. It lets me see you guys are watching and are interested and have questions, and I will answer them. And it helps my little YouTube channel grow and blossom. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate all you guys' love and support over the past couple years of doing the YouTube channel thing. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciate it. Like I said, send me messages, leave comments, whatever. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. We'll see you guys on the trail.
Back, honey, side by side. Let's ride, let's ride. Wheels off, hearts